Hello and a very warm welcome. It breaks my heart to see the talk about war. Breaks my heart to see people dying. It breaks my heart to see those soldiers firing upon those hungry souls, killing them instantly, killing them slowly, gradually. Why is it happening? What has gone wrong with world? Why world think war is a game? War is not a game, but some have made it a terrible business and they make profit out of it. Now, the US president's decision or intentions to go to war with Iran is making headlines, is also making the lawmakers at home in the United States show their concern about the war itself. They're saying this war will be illegal, this war will be illegitimate if President Trump bypasses Congress. And they say, according to the United States Constitution, the war can only take place if Congress approves it. But let's listen to this little clip that I saw online talking about how Israel exercises its influence, how wars are fought. And there is this great debate about how Netanyahu is using Donald Trump. Who's using who? That's a big question. I would like to shed some light on that part as well. But first, I would like you to listen to this short clip.
Yes, I watched Mossad take over the Pentagon in 2002. The Pentagon was infiltrated by Mossad. They did not need any identification to get through the river entrance of the building. They went upstairs to Douglas Feith, the Undersecretary of Defense for Policy, the third most powerful man in the Defense Department. Occasionally, they went to the second most powerful man, Paul Wolfowitz, the Deputy Secretary of Defense, and they had run of the Pentagon. Donald Rumsfeld, the Secretary of Defense, said to my boss one time, "Hell, I don't run my building. Mossad does."
So the clip that you've just seen talks about how Mossad had been active inside Pentagon and the sort of influence they exercise over the United States military. That's not all. One has to look at the political influence as well. If there is no political influence or there is no political force behind such an act, then I don't think the President of the United States will go to war with Iran. So there is political influence as well. People who are close to President Donald Trump, like J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, they're all clamoring for war. They all want war, and it's a strange phenomenon that people in Oval Office around the president, they would always want war. Obama went to war. Bush went to war. And, the other US presidents before them, they went to war. For them, war is just like a sidekick to them. It's not a big deal. It's nothing major. So when it comes to political influence, I would like to play you another clip. Look what they're saying here.
The problem is this, and this is most important, Cyrus. If you're President Trump, you sit down with your political advisors, whomever he's talking to these days, probably Lutnick and Witkoff, who are both fervent Zionists. And he says, well, how many senators do I control in a crucial vote in the Senate? And how many senators does Mr. Netanyahu control in a crucial vote in the Senate? Answer, Mr. Netanyahu controls more of the Senate than Donald Trump. Wow. That's probably also true for the House. That's why Washington is this fantasy island. Everybody who lives there is stuffing their pockets full of cash that they get from various lobbies.
So when the debate is raging inside the United States that the president should seek approval of the Congress, this is what people are stating regarding how influential Netanyahu is and how easily he can get the war through the Congress or through the lawmakers. But let me make a point here. Netanyahu, who is dependent upon US money to wage war in Palestine, to devastate Palestine, to kill people there, to kill hungry people there, how can he exercise such great influence over the US administration or the US military for that matter? Is he paying them? Well, you've heard people say that they get paid, but the question really is whether Netanyahu has the power to push US to wars that it did not want, or the wars it would not like to fight. I think it's the other way around. I think it's the president of the United States, or the deep state as they call it, that pushes or uses people to go to war. And I think Netanyahu is a pawn who is being used for decades by the United States deep state to fight wars, to extend its agenda. Because the Iranian government, which is dubbed as a regime, is considered to be a threat. I don't know what sort of threat, because whatever has happened in Palestine, the Iranians have not been able to exercise their influence there. People are being killed like flies. So it's really the other way around. The argument that people extend that, see, Netanyahu is dragging United States into war, it's not so. It appears so. It provides the United States with an excuse to wriggle out of any difficult situation if it arises in the future. Let's say if the world starts to say the United States is the aggressor, they would have a plan to fall back upon. And that plan will be Netanyahu. And that pawn will be Netanyahu. That it was Netanyahu who misled the United States. This is all for now.